Hey there, VCE HHD students. My name's Andy and I'm a VCE Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're going to look at examining graphs and data and using correct units of measurement in VCE HHD. So this is an important skill that you need to make sure that you develop across Unit 1 to 4 HHD, as graphs and tables and data is definitely going to be a part of your SACs and the end of year exam in Unit 3-4 HHD. So when looking at graphs and tables, you should always make sure that you reference the data in the graph and table as it's presented. So I often say to my students, don't change the names or the phrases that are used in the graphs and tables that you're looking at. So if it refers to males and females, don't start calling them boys or girls or men and women. Just refer to them as males and females. So make sure you're just referencing the phrases exactly as they are listed in those graphs and tables. Make sure that you're reading the information correctly by looking at the heading or the name of the graph or the table, as this can give you useful context for the information that's then contained within that table or within that graph. And look out for a key on the side or down the bottom of a graph, as this is often linked to the different colors that are used in the graph. And we'll have a look at a sample table and graph in a moment. The other thing to really make sure that you're doing when looking at graphs and tables is to look at the correct units of measurement that are referenced. So in HHD, often they'll be looking at something in a graph such as deaths, and this will be measured per 100 or per 1,000 or per 100,000. It may also be referenced as a percentage or the number of something such as millions. So make sure you're always looking at these units of measurements and that you're referencing them correctly, as omitting this information will often lead to you losing a mark and not referencing that material accurately. Okay, so you can see here is a sample graph from a past year's HHD exam. And so there's a bit of information going on in this graph. And so as I mentioned before, it's good to always look at the heading, okay, of the graph. And this one says here that we're looking at the leading causes of death globally. So then as we look down the y-axis, you can see here they're giving you a couple of different years, 2000 and 2019. And then they've numbered the causes, okay, 1 through to 10. So ischemic heart disease all the way down to kidney disease. And then along the bottom on the x-axis here, they're giving you the number of deaths, and this time it's in millions. So that's not the last piece of information to look at. There's also a key over here in the corner. So it's showing you the different colors that are used in this bar graph. And so you're looking at non-communicable and communicable diseases. And so when you're talking about communicable, typically in Unit 4 HHD, you're talking about conditions that can be passed from one individual to another, and non-communicable diseases are conditions that can't be passed from one individual to another. So here's a sample table, okay, also from a past HHD exam. And so this one here is comparing two countries, Australia and Sierra Leone. And then there's 5 different examples of characteristics that they're linking to these different countries. And so the most important thing probably to look at is along the top here, when they're mentioning these different characteristics, they've all got a different unit of measurement. So this one here for maternal mortality ratio is per 100,000 live births, whereas deaths due to ischemic heart disease is a percentage of total deaths. So as I referenced earlier, it's really important to make sure that you're looking at these units of measurement and you're listing those correctly in your answer. Okay, so hopefully you found that video useful. If you're after more exam tips and advice and assistance in VCE HHD, please subscribe to the Health Resources Hub YouTube channel. There'll be a new video coming out every day between now and the HHD exam at the end of the year. I'm also presenting a HHD exam preparation revision lecture for ACE at the end of this year. So if you head to book.acevc.com, you can book a place for that. We've also got an Instagram and a Facebook page where you can follow us. And also there's an email down the bottom there. If you've got any ideas for videos that you'd like me to work on between now and the HHD exam this year in 2023, feel free to send us an email. Thanks so much.